Have you ever felt like your days are all about what your kids want and need, and that your life is no longer your own? It's normal to want to be there for them, help them out when they need it, and stay in touch as you get older. There is, however, a thin line between being a helpful parent and becoming a servant when you get old. The truth is that a lot of seniors fall into this trap without realizing it. They do too much for their kids and put their own health and happiness last. Over time, they realize that their kids' needs have taken over their time, energy, and even money. The good news is that things don't have to be this way. You don't have to give up your independence, your pride, or the life you've built for yourself to be a loving parent. If you don't want to become a slave to your kids' needs when you get old, watch this video. It has 6 powerful ways to keep your freedom. These tips, like setting clear limits and making sure you have enough money to live on your own, will help you live your life the way you want to while still having healthy, meaningful relationships with your family. Stay tuned until the end, because what we're about to say could change the way you live out your later years. Before we start, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell button. You won't miss a video that way. Do you like this video? Feel free to leave a comment if so. In the comments, type 0 to tell me you don't like it. It will help me make better videos for you. We can start now. First, make sure there are clear rules. A big mistake that a lot of older parents make is thinking that their job as a provider will always be there. It took a lot of work to raise your kids, but you did it and helped them become adults. But that doesn't mean you have to spend your whole old age with them. If they always want something and you change your plans to meet their needs, and you feel bad when you say no, it's time to set clear limits. Respecting each other's time, energy, and personal life is an important part of having healthy relationships. You need to set limits on what your kids can expect from you if they expect you to drop everything for them, take care of their chores, or make decisions that only help them. To do that doesn't mean to keep them out or be cold. It means making it clear that you care about your needs as much as they do. Take Robert, a father of 5 who was 72 years old and had to watch his grandchildren 5 days a week. He loved helping at first, but as time went on, he saw that he had no time left for himself. Something great happened when he finally spoke up and set limits. His kids got used to it. They came up with other options, and Robert got his freedom back without hurting his relationship with his family. Putting yourself first is not selfish. It's important. The job of a parent is to teach their kids how to be independent, not to always be there for them. You can teach your kids to respect your time and work while still having a strong and loving relationship with them when you set limits. Second, put your own financial security first. A lot of older parents make the mistake of putting their kids' needs before their own when it comes to money. Some do it out of love, and some do it out of duty. They take money out of their savings, co-sign loans, or give away large amounts of money. Here's the harsh truth, though. No one will give you money again once it's gone. When you retire, you should finally be able to enjoy what you've worked for. Still, too many seniors are having trouble with money because they felt bad saying no. Being kind and helping your kids when you can is what you should do. But giving up your financial security to make them happy is a bad idea. The truth is that the best thing you can do for them is to make sure you never cost them money. Take Harold, a 74-year-old man who helped his son out of bad money decisions for years. His son always said he would pay him back, but the money never came back. Harold finally understood that he was putting his future at risk. He had to make the tough choice to stop giving his son money and teach him how to live on his own. His son became more responsible over time, even though it was hard at first. Harold was then able to protect the retirement he had worked so hard for. If your kids ask for money, give it some thought before you give it to them. Is this going to put your safety at risk? Do they trust you more than they can figure things out on their own? Nobody else will do it for you, so you have to do it yourself. Don't let guilt make you give up your peace of mind. Instead, protect what you worked for. Third, take care of your own life and interests. People often make the mistake of letting their children take over their lives as they get older. It starts with small things like canceling plans to run errands for them, babysitting more than doing what you love, or putting off your own goals because they might need you. Without even realizing it, your whole life starts to revolve around them, and all of a sudden you have forgotten who you are when you're not a parent. However, the truth is that you are more than just your parents. Things that were important to you before your kids became the most important thing in your life are still important. If you give up your hobbies and interests, you might lose your sense of who you are, and nothing makes you feel more tired than like your life doesn't belong to you anymore. Take Edward, a retired teacher of 76 years who has always loved working with wood. When his daughter had her first child, he was happy to help out. He now spends more and more time with his grandson. He barely touched his tools, though, because he was so busy taking care of his kids again. When a friend told him to start building furniture again, he realized how much he had missed doing the things he loved. He felt better after picking up his hobby again, and he even made new friends who liked the same things he did. Putting your kids first is easy to understand, but you need to ask yourself, who is watching out for you? Don't wait around to be needed in order to have a happy old age. It comes from going after what makes you happy. Having your own interests keeps you alive, engaged, and independent. It could be a hobby, traveling, learning something new, or just spending time with people who inspire you. You should have your own life too, not just your kids. Fourth, teach people how to depend on themselves instead of others. Becoming able to stand on their own is one of the best things you can do for your kids. Even when they are adults, too many parents still step in to help their kids out, solve their problems, and make their lives easier. It might feel like love, but this is more likely to hurt than help. You might be stopping them from learning how to deal with life's problems on their own instead of giving them power. You should think about whether you are helping them or letting them off the hook. You will never give your kids a chance to learn how to be strong if you always step in when they call you for help with money, comfort, or a quick fix for their problems. In the process, you may get tired of giving them what they want while they keep taking. What about Frank, a father of 70 who saw that his son, who was now 40, had never really been on his own? Frank was always there to help out, give money, and fix things when things went wrong. But something strange happened when Frank finally decided to stop bailing him out. His son learned things on his own. That's true, he made mistakes, but he also learned how to be responsible. Their relationship got better when they stopped expecting Frank to always save the day. This doesn't mean you shouldn't help your kids, but there's a difference between being there for them and taking on all of their problems. They're now adults, and part of growing up is learning how to deal with problems, make choices, and own up to those choices. You might be taking away their chance to learn the skills they need to really succeed if you keep getting in the way. Fifth, learn to be emotionally independent. A lot of older parents connect their emotional health to that of their children without realizing it. They look forward to calls, get upset when their kids don't come to visit, and change how they feel depending on how much attention they get. The hard truth is that your happiness should never depend on what other people do. You lose control of your life as soon as you let your kids decide how you feel. While it's normal to love your family, it's not healthy to become emotionally dependent on them. Your sense of self-worth is tied to how often they call, how much they appreciate you, or how involved they are in your life. This will make you constantly let yourself down. The kids are busy. There are things like jobs, families, and responsibilities that make them unique. Even if they love you very much, they can't be the only thing that makes you happy. Eleanor, a 73-year-old woman, used to feel devastated whenever her son forgot to call or change plans. It took her years of feeling unappreciated before she decided to change her mind. She stopped waiting for her kids to get in touch with her and started making plans with friends, joining social groups, and getting back into hobbies she had put on hold. As a result, she was happier and more sure of herself. Interestingly, her relationship with her children got better because she stopped putting her happiness on them. By building a strong emotional base outside of your children, you can make your own life more joyful. You free yourself from pain and disappointment that you don't need. Spend time with people who make you feel good. Focus on the things that make you happy, and know that your worth is not based on how much attention you get. You can't wait for other people to make you happy. You have to be happy yourself. Sixth, set limits to keep the peace. Learning to say no is one of the most important things you can do as you get older. Too many parents feel like they have to do everything their kids ask, like babysit their grandchildren, lend them money, or change their schedules to meet their needs. You are not a resource that can never run out, and your time, energy, and health are just as important as theirs. Giving your kids rules doesn't mean you love them less. It just means you know how valuable you are and won't give up your peace to make other people happy. Setting limits is necessary if you feel worn out, unappreciated, or abused all the time. Take the case of George, a 78-year-old man who let his kids have everything they wanted for years. Do you need a loan? He would do it. Do you need help moving? He would change his mind. Need someone to watch your grandchildren quickly? He would give up everything. His children had grown used to his help and no longer appreciated it. He eventually realized that his kindness had turned into duty. He chose to set some limits one day. He still helped people when he wanted to, but he stopped taking on too much work that made him unhappy. Even though his kids were shocked at first, they learned to respect his choices over time, which made their relationship better. Putting up walls doesn't mean pushing people away. You should follow them to keep your own health safe. People will respect you more if you put your own needs first. This will also make room for relationships based on mutual appreciation instead of obligation. You've given enough. Now is the time to let yourself live your life the way you want to. Last thoughts. Remember this as you go through this part of your life. You are not here to make other people happy at the expense of your own. You have given, sacrificed, and done what was best for your family for many years. Now it's your turn to put yourself first. That doesn't mean you should hide from your kids or avoid your family duties. Realizing that your life is still yours is all it means. Finding balance is the key to a happy old age. You should love your kids, but don't serve them. It's okay to help others, but don't let them use you. Help people when you can, but don't put your own health at risk. Still, you are a person with wants, needs, and dreams, and you should live a life that shows that. As you think about the 6 topics we've talked about today, ask yourself, which one do you need to work on the most? What kind of limits are you setting? Are you taking care of your emotional health? Are you making choices based on what will make you happy instead of what your kids want? Leave your thoughts in the comments if you like this video. I love reading about your ideas and experiences. Thanks for being here today. Tell us what you learned today and how you're going to use it in the comments below. Don't be afraid to tell us what you think. Reading your comments makes us feel very motivated and boosted. If you liked this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it. Thanks for your help, so we can keep making useful content for you to learn from and get ideas from. Thanks for seeing. Watch out for the next video.